Vedanta Kesari. Om Madhuvatartayate madhuksharanti sindhavaha madvirnasantoshadhihi madhunaktamutoshasi madhumatparthivagam rajaha madhujyaurastunah pita madhumanno vanaspatir madhumagam astu suryaha madvirgavo bhavantu naga. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the winds bring sweetness to the one who performs yajnas. May the oceans and rivers flow with sweetness. May the plants be sweet. May the night and dawn be sweet. May the earthly realm and the fatherly heaven be sweet to us. May the trees be endowed with sweetness and the sun be sweet to us. May our cows be endowed with sweetness. This mantra invokes sweetness and pleasantness all around. This mantra addresses nature as divinity. Plants, trees, heaven and earth, rivers and oceans, cows and the sun are not mere insentient components of nature, but entities pulsating with divinity. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us continue our study of the teachings of Astavakra. Last time, Janaka, who was actually Astavakra's student, although he was in age, Janaka was in age much older than Astavakra. So Janaka said in the previous section that a knower of Brahman, Brahmajnani, a person who has transcended the ignorance that he is the body and the mind and is actually experiencing his divine nature, which is what the Upanishad says. Upanishad says, everything is Brahman, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma, everything. Whatever nature we see is all Brahman alone. And the Upanishad says, each one of us is that Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi, you are that. A person who is actually experiencing it, such a person remains unaffected by whatever happens to oneself, one's own body and mind, and to the whole world. Remains totally unaffected, absolutely merged in the infinite joy of the self. So that was the description of a Brahmajnani given by Janaka. Now in the next section, chapter 8 of this book, Astavakra Samhita, Astavakra talks about two important things, namely, what is freedom, what is bondage. Bondage, what is bondage? Bandhana, bandha. And what is freedom? Vedanta talks about freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from ignorance of our true divine nature. Freedom from all suffering and limitations. And moksha, liberation, means experiencing our infinite, eternal, divine nature. Those two concepts are important. We should know that what bandha is, what bondage is. If we don't even know the problem, what bondage is, that we are bound, then there is no way we can even try to find a solution to that one. So it's important to know what is bondage. What is it that is creating suffering in human life? If we know that, if we know the problem, then we can try to find a solution, how to find liberation, mukti, moksha. So that is why these two are important things. Some of you studied Vivekachudamani there. The student at the beginning of the text asks the teacher several questions. Of them, these were two questions. What is bandha? What is moksha? What is bondage that binds us, causes all kinds of suffering in human life? What is that? And what is moksha? What is liberation? How to become free from all suffering? Those two questions are addressed very briefly in this Astavakra Samhita, as we have seen so far. Only the final conclusions, experiences are given. There is no reasoning, there is no argument, and there is no refutation of opposite views, nothing, just the conclusion, based upon experience of a Brahmajnani. That's what we see. So very succinctly, Astavakra describes what is bondage and what is liberation. To understand this, Sri Ramakrishna's parable of fish being caught in a fisherman's net is very important. So all of us have read that parable in the Gospel. Sri Ramakrishna talks about 4 kinds of people. Those who are bound and they don't know that they are bound. Worst possible situation. A person is sick and does not know that he is sick. There is no way to find a solution. Then second class of people are those who know that they are bound. Those who know that they are ignorant, something is causing the problem in their lives, and they want to know why that problem is there. They want to find a solution to that one. They are struggling. The first category of person is called a baddha, bound person. Does not know that he is even bound. Second category of people are sadhakas. They know that they have a problem, they know there is suffering in life, they have experienced suffering, and they want to become free from it. They want to find a solution to all suffering in human life. They are trying hard. They are sadhakas. And the third category of people are those who have found the solution. They are those who have found self-knowledge, shedding the ignorance that they are the body and the mind, which is the cause of all ignorance, cause of all suffering, ignorance of our true nature. They are free from that and they have acquired knowledge of the self, and they are established in perfect bliss of the self, Atmananda, Brahmananda. They are Siddha Purusha, Siddha. By virtue of effort, by dint of effort, they have achieved perfection, knowledge. Then there is a fourth category of people, small number of people who never get bound in the first place. They are ever free, Nitya Siddhas. To illustrate these 4 categories of people, Sri Ramakrishna gives example of a fisherman who casts a wide net in a river, and lot number of fish get caught in the net. Some of those fish which are caught in the net, they don't even know that they are caught in the net. They burrow into the mud and say, we are comfortable here, everything is safe and nice, nothing to worry about. They are happy. They don't know that in a few minutes they will all die in the fisherman's net when he pulls the net out of the water. They don't know that. They are baddha. And of those fish which are caught in the net, many of them know that they are caught. They are struggling hard to become free from the net. They are struggling hard for freedom. They know that they are caught. So they are trying every which way to get out of the net. These are sadhakas. They know they have a problem. They are looking for a solution. Then there is another group of fish that are caught and they struggle and succeed in getting out of the net. Somehow, through one way or other, they will escape. And they are siddha, they have achieved solution, perfect. They have achieved knowledge, they have achieved freedom. They are siddhas. Then there is a fourth category of fish which never get into the net in the first place. Then the fishermen cast the net, they don't get into the net at all. They are very clever. They are ever free. They are nitya siddhas. So what is the problem that is afflicting majority of people is either they are baddhas, they have a problem and they are suffering in life, also trying to find enjoyment in between, and they don't know that this is limitation of life. They don't know there is a solution. They don't know that they can become totally, permanently free from this all problems of life and enjoy their divine nature, which is blissful, Satchidananda. Everyone is capable of doing that. Everyone, without exception, is their birthright to become that, to experience it. They don't even know that one. They're struggling. This is okay. We are happy, family, job, money, position, power, fame, enjoyment, entertainment. They are happy with that one. The problem has not even begun to bother them. Then the second category of people are sadhakas who know there is a solution, there must be a solution to the all problems of human life, and they are trying to find a solution. They are sadhakas. Most of us belong in that category. We are trying to find solution to the problems of life through spiritual practice, and we are trying to do that one. We have not reached perfection yet. The sadhakas. And some people who have realized God, a few, they have reached a goal. They are siddhas. We call them realized souls. We look for them, holy people, and we try to get their blessings, and they are holy people. They are siddhas. And some people, small in number in that group, they never get entangled in worldly life at all. Sri Ramakrishna says, people like Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmarupananda, they are nitya siddhas. They take human birth not to work out their karma or to enjoy or anything. They take human birth only for the sake of helping other people, for loka sangraham. Their birth is not meant to work out their karma or anything. They are ever free, but still, out of compassion for the suffering humanity, they take birth and try to help other people. That's what Swami Vivekananda did. They are ever free, nitya siddhas. And the first and last category, they are both happy. The Buddhas are happy because they don't even know it's a problem. They are happy with their parties and enjoyment and car and dress and sports and money. They are happy. They don't even know there is a problem. And the ever free are always happy. They never get into the worldly entanglement, worldly life at all. They are always free. In between, the people are suffering. There is a very nice verse in the Bhagavatam, which Swami Ranganathan quoted in his lectures. There, in Bhagavatam, it says, there are two categories of people in this world who are always free. Who are they? Yascha modhatamo loke, yascha buddhe parangataha. Modhatama means the worst, most foolish people. They are enjoying life. Oh, this is nice. We will always be like this. They are not afraid of the future. They don't know that old age is going to come and death is going to come, disease. They are not yet. They are happy with their enjoyment. Mudhatamo loke. They are very happy. Mudhatamo loke. Yascha buddhe parangata. One who has crossed this ocean of worldly existence, suffering, reach the goal of permanent happiness. They are siddhas, ever free. Davimau purushau loke. With these two categories of people, they are very happy. Buddhe parangataha. Klishyanti antirito jana. In between people who know they have a problem but they don't have a solution, they are struggling, sadhakas, and they are unhappy because they are suffering, they are looking for a solution, they are bound, so many problems in life, and searching for a solution, for freedom, for liberation, and they are unhappy because this struggle is continuing. Davimau purushalloke klishyanti antarito jana. In between people, most of us fall in that category. We know there is a problem, life is full of a problem, we are trying to find a solution, and we are in that category. But by the grace of God, everyone will eventually succeed. Everyone who is trying to struggle and find a solution will find a solution, because that is our true nature. We are that even now. Only we are not aware of it, we are not experiencing our divine nature. If you are not that now, if it's something that has to come as a result of effort, then it's not permanent. All effort is limited in time and duration. So all result of effort is also limited in time and duration. So liberation is not something that can be gained by effort. It is our natural state. What is to be done, why you are doing spiritual practice and other things, are to remove the obstacle, to remove the abstraction, to remove the ignorance. Then our true nature, which has always been there inherently, shines forth, and we realize that. That's why we use the word realization. We realize that we have always been that. We never were bound, but we were ignorant of our true nature. That ignorance has to be removed. That is why all this effort is necessary. So, to understand what is bondage, what is liberation, Astavakra briefly explains them in chapter 8. So the first verse there is, Tada bandho yada chittam kinchid vanchati shochati kinchid munchati grannhati kinchid hrishyati kupyati. What are the signs of suffering? When do we know that we are bound, that we have a problem? When the mind hankers for something that is missing in our life, various kinds of problems. Kinchid vanchati, something I don't have. Some people don't have good health, they are struggling to gain good health. They want good health. Something that is missing, they want to have it. This is a sign of incompleteness. Desire is a sign of incompleteness. By nature, we are full, perfect, paripurna. Nothing is lacking. We are Sachidananda. Nothing is lacking. 100%. Ananda, bliss. Unperturbed bliss. Nothing can shake. Eternal, infinite, unchanging, undiminishing bliss. That's what we are. But we don't know that one. We are suffering some gap in our life. Something is missing that is making us unhappy. Such a person wants something. Vanchati means something that's missing, a person wants. That's a sign of suffering. A sick person wants good health. A poor person wants some money to buy food. A childless person wants a child that brings him happiness, or he thinks it brings him happiness. Like that one. When a person wants something, vanchati, then he is a bound person. Tada bandho yada chittam kinchid vanchati. When the mind wants something, something is missing. That means he is not experiencing his or her divine infinite nature. That wanting something, desire, is a sign of problem. It's a problem, it's imperfection. When some desire is there, we are not happy. Until it is fulfilled, we are struggling. The sick person is struggling because health is not there. Every day is a problem, pain, this and that, looking for solution, medicine. So that is sign of imperfection, that is bondage. Wanting something indicates incompleteness, bondage, not full happiness. Kinchid Shochati. Shoka means grief. When something dear is lost, we hold something dear in our life that is lost, then a person becomes sorrowful. A child is lost, bereavement in family, job is lost, no money to support family, no job, something is lost, then shoka, grief comes. Grief is is an indication of limitation or suffering. Yada shochati, na kinchid vanchati, no desire. When the desire is there, bondage, incompleteness, suffering. When shoka, grief is there, something dear was lost, then suffering, that is bondage. Tada bandhaha. Kinchin munchati kinchid grinhati. Something that is unpleasant, he wants to release that one, become free from that one. Kinchit grinhati, something that is pleasant, wants to receive that one. When a tendency is there to get rid of something, the sign of bondage, bandha. A tendency is there to grab something, hoping it will bring happiness, make me complete. That's a sign of incompleteness, sign of bondage. Tada yada kinchit hrishyati kinchit kupyati. These are all signs of suffering. If you observe carefully, we have all these things. We want to get rid of something. We want to get something which we don't have. This is sign of incompleteness, suffering, this bandha. But people don't experience it. Oh, they are happy with what they have. A lot of money is there. Food is there. Car is there. Children are there. Position, oh, happy. Nothing is missing. But give some time, they will realize the problem. So those are baddhas. Kinchid hrishyati. Something makes the person happy. If a person is infinitely happy, Satchidananda, there is nothing more that can add to his happiness. You can't add to infinity something and make it a bigger infinity. Infinity is infinity. Then nothing can increase it or decrease it. A person feels good when something is added, hrishyati, feels happy, then that means something was missing and that is completed. For some time that is happiness. But something that is added that brings happiness is not permanent. It will go away also. It must be inherent. Then it is true happiness. Kinchit kupyati, kopa, anger will come. When desires are thwarted, then anger comes. Krodhat bhavati sangat sanjayate kama, kamat krodho vijayate. When kama is not fulfilled, then krodha will come. I have some desire. I expect my child to behave in this way, get A in the course, he got a C, I become happy. I become angry, kupyati. My expectation was not fulfilled. I wanted him to get A. No, he got a C. Parent becomes unhappy. Anger, like for other things. Something that is not fulfilled, expectation, desire, then that turns into anger. Then kamat krodha bijayata. We saw in the Gita, 2nd chapter. When these things happen, these are all signs of bandha. Tada bandha. He defines bandha in this way. Astavakra defines what is bondage. So we have to observe what is happening in our minds. Do I want something? Is there desire in my mind? Do I get rid of something? Want to get rid of something that is unpleasant, bothering me? I am angry because my desire was not fulfilled, expectation not fulfilled. I wanted to show me respect, they didn't show me respect at all. Then become angry. Is it happening to me? Or am I happy? Something came, I am happy. Something that comes and makes me happy is not going to be permanent. Something goes away also. It must be inherent. Cannot be lost, should not be lost. Then only it is permanent happiness. If something that is not there now, if it comes to me and I become happy, that happiness is very temporary. The thing that comes which was not there will also go away. It was not there all the time. So that is all, these are all signs of bandha. So, shoka, all those things. This is how Astavakra defines bondage in the first sloka. Now, we go to the second verse. These are all states of mind. If you examine our mind, then we know that we are not happy. In the second verse, he defines mukti. What is liberation? What is freedom? Tada muktiriyada chittam na vanchati na shochati na munchati na grinhati na hrishyati na pupyati. Tada mukti. All opposite. Freedom is then, liberation is then, when yada chittam na vanchati. The mind does not want anything. Always full, completely full, nothing to be added. If I am 100% full, then there is nothing that can make it more than 100%. Brahmagyan is like that. Brahmagyan is so infinitely joyful, unconditionally joyful, eternally joyful. Nothing bothers such a person. Nothing is missing, nothing is lacking. Nothing bothers. Such a person, you can't make him any happier. If you give to a person like Ramana Maharshi, if you give $50, 50 rupees, it doesn't make him happy. He doesn't, I don't want any money. I'm already happy without any money. Sri Ramakrishna was offered by a Marwadi devotee 10,000 rupees. Those days, 10,000 rupees was a huge amount. He didn't even want to hear about it. It became uncomfortable. No, don't even bring up the topic, he said. Money, for an ordinary person, if you give 10,000 rupees, rupees or dollar, very happy. I can do so many things with that one. Not for a Brahmajnani. No amount of money, no amount of praise, no comfort, nothing can make the person happier, because a Brahmajnani is fully 100% happy. We can't increase the happiness, infinitely happy. We can't add anything to his happiness. That's why without anything they are very happy. They don't have any property or money or possession, or they don't hanker for a prize or anything. They are all happy. Nothing can make them happier. Such a person, tada mukti yada chittam na vanchati, nothing to desire, already full. Na shochati, no loss also. Whatever, there is nothing that they hold on dear to them, because their happiness does not depend upon having something. They are internally happy. Their nature is happiness. Nothing that they have gives them happiness. So when Sri Ramakrishna was asked by mistake, by Trolokanath or somebody, he was supposed to ask Hriday to leave, but by mistake he asked Sri Ramakrishna to leave that place where he was living in the Dakshineshwar room, Kali temple room. He didn't complain. Oh, I have to leave. Okay, he put on the towel on his shoulder and walked away towards the gate. No, why should I leave? I am living here in my room. No, go. It does not depend upon staying in that room. Happiness. Wherever he stays, he is infinitely happy. Another place will not make him less happy or more happy. Every place is same. He is always happy, regardless of where he is. So he walked away. Didn't ask, why am I supposed to leave? What did I do? No. Then they realized the mistake and went, sir, very sorry, it was a mistake, a communication problem. You are not supposed to leave, please come. You do have to come back. Come back. He didn't protest. You told me I have to leave. No. I come back. Okay, I'll come back. And sat down on this cot. Such a person is unconditionally happy. Does not depend upon having something or staying in some place or not having something. Nothing to desire, nothing to give up. Tada muktihi yada chittam na vanchati na shochati. No grief, no pain of loss. Shoka means something that when dear is lost, we shoka. No, there's nothing. Atman cannot be lost. Property can be lost, fame can be lost, health can be lost, body can be lost, but Atman, Brahman, you can't lose it. It is we. I cannot lose myself. I am always there. The things I have will be lost, but I am not depending upon them for happiness. What I am, intrinsically, I am happy. For such a person, there is no sense of loss at all. So when Narada Maharshi, he was a great scholar and a devotee, he himself became unhappy once. What to speak of ordinary struggling people like us, we become unhappy. Narada became unhappy. So what does he do? He has to find a solution. So he goes to Sanat Kumara, Brahma's son, greatest of all teachers. So Narada approaches Sanat Kumara and says, Sir, I am very happy, I am afflicted with grief. Please help me how to overcome grief. I am very unhappy. Sanat Kumara says, what is your problem? I don't know, I am very unhappy, Narada says. Then Narada says, he knows the problem. He says to Sanat Kumara, when he was asked why you are unhappy, Narada says, Sir, I have heard from great teachers like you. Narada to Sanat Kumara, he says, I have heard from great teachers like you that only that person who knows the Atman, who is Brahmajnani, such a person can be happy, free from sorrow and all suffering. And I don't have that one. That's why I am unhappy. Srutamya bhagavad-drishebhyaha tarati shokam atmavid iti. From great people like you, I have heard that shokam tarati, who crosses shoka, grief, all grief, atmavit, only knower of Atman. Please teach me, he says. Sanat Kumara knew Narada was already a great scholar. He had studied everything. Sanat Kumara does not start giving a lecture about Atman. He asks Narada, you already have studied. What have you studied so far? Then if I know what you have studied, then I can see if there is something else to be added to what you know. So Narada gives a long list of things. I've studied astronomy, physiology, herpetology, mathematics, grammar, logic, all the four Vedas, everything I have studied. But still I am not happy. Long list he gives. Sanat Kumara says, all that knowledge that you have is only textual knowledge. You have studied the text, you memorize the text, you can chant all the Vedas, Upanishads and all the scriptures back and forth. But that is not knowledge of the self. Knowledge of self is missing. It is that makes us happy. Not worldly knowledge. No matter how scholarly a person is, even in the Upanishads and Vedas, that scholarship does not bring happiness. It can only bring worldly rewards, but not liberation. Shankara says, Vivekachudamani, scholarship of even the scriptures does not bring liberation. It only brings worldly fame, rewards, acclaim, it brings, that's all. Vagvaikhari, Shabdajari, Shastra Vyakhyana Kaushalam, great proficiency in explaining, commenting on the Shastras and the scriptures. Vaidushyam Vidisham, this kind of scholarship of the scholars is Bhuktaye, for bhukti, worldly enjoyment. Fame will come, reward will come, titles will come, Vedanta Shiromani, Tarka Chudamani, like that one. Natamuktaye, no liberation. So what brings happiness is Yada Chittam Navanchati Nashochati. Nothing to be lost, nothing to be gained. Fully 100% happy within oneself. Not depending upon outside thing, what other people think. If they think good of me, it helps me. If they praise me, I am happy. If they blame me, I am unhappy. Not like that one. In the second chapter, when Arjuna asked Sri Krishna, what are the signs of Stita Prajna? One of the early thing that Sri Krishna says is, Atmanyeva Atmana Tushtaha Brahmajnani, Stita Prajna. Atmani eva Atmana Tushtaha. Completely satisfied with the self within, not depending upon outside things for happiness. The moment I depend upon something outside of me for happiness, good health, praise, money, property, fame, etc., the moment I depend upon these things, then that is source of problem only, no happiness. But if I am happy inherently inward, without any outside thing, even if the body is in whatever condition, does not make me unhappy. If I am happy within itself, I am experiencing my divine nature. I am Brahman, I am experiencing it. Then nothing can make me unhappy. Nothing can increase my happiness. Nashochati na kankshati. That is how mukti is defined by Astavakra. Then he says, namunchati na krannati. Nothing to give up. That's uncomfortable. Nothing to hold on to that brings more comfort. Na hrishyati na kopyati. No anger and no joy. No matter what people do, you can't upset a Brahmagyani. Ordinary person becomes upset if you just say something uncharitable. If somebody says, Swami, you are very nice and great, I am happy. If somebody says, Swami, you are a fool, then I become unhappy. Not a Brahmagyani. No kupyati. Nothing makes the person happy. Sri Ramakrishna was kicked one day by another jealous priest that we know. Sri Ramakrishna was lying half aware, and the one jealous priest was there. Everybody was praising Sri Ramakrishna. But that priest didn't get any praise or anything. He became jealous. When he was alone, Ramakrishna was lying on the ground, and this priest goes and kicks him on the back, and it was hurt. The black mark was there. He didn't become angry. He didn't tell anybody. Sri Ramakrishna didn't tell anybody. If he had told Mathur Babu, that man would have dismissed this priest. Later he got dismissed anyhow. But he didn't complain. Why did you kick me? No anger, no. It's okay. Body. So that is, nothing bothers such a person. Nothing bothers such a person. Na shochati na kupyati, na vanchati na gradnati, na manchati. Totally 100% happy within oneself. Atmani eva atmana tushtaha. Not depending upon happiness, upon outside things. Upon condition of the body, what other people think of me, whether I have money or food or... No, those things don't make me happy. Addition does not make happy. Deletion does not make me unhappy. Such a person of independently, completely happy within oneself is a Brahmagyani. That is liberation, he says. And then, in the next sloka, he says, again, he describes bondage. Tada bandho yada chittam saktam kasvapi drishtishu tada moksho yada chittam asaktam sarva drishtishu. Drishti means seeing, vision. Drishti means vision. Here drishti means something that is seen. That means any sense object that is either seen or heard, that can be touched, tasted or smelled. Any sense object. No sense object can make me increase my happiness. If you take away something, it does not make me unhappy. If I am a Brahmagyani. You say, tada bandhaha, it is bondage. Yada chittam kasvapi drishtishu saktam. If I am interested, mind is interested in any sense object. Oh, this is very nice, I want to have this one, then I am bound. Because I think that if I acquire that one, that makes me happier, that is bondage. That feeling of income. If I am 100% happy, addition of nothing makes me happier. If you give money to people like Ramana Maharshi or Sri Ramakrishna, what will they do? No, thank you, you keep it for yourself. I am already happy. Money cannot be add to my happiness at all. That is mukti. Nothing that is missing. Kasvapi drishtishu chittam nasaktam. When a mind is not interested in any sense object, hoping it will bring me more happiness, then that is liberation. If there is something that I want to have that I don't have, hoping that it will bring me happiness, that is bondage. Tada bandho yada chittam saktam kasapi drishtishu. In any sense object, if the mind is interested, saktam, I get it, I'll be happy, that is bondage. Tada moksho yada chittam asaktam sarva drishtishu. When a mind is totally uninterested in any sense object, nothing can make me happier than I am already, then that is liberation. This way, Astavakra continues the description of what is happiness, what is bondage, what is liberation. Ordinary people depend upon sense objects for happiness. If a person who does not have money, if he gets money, it makes him happier. A person who wants to have a husband or a wife, gets a husband or wife, it makes him or her happier. something that is missing. Addition makes happy. That's bondage. Because that person not happy as it is, something is missing. Anything which, if we hanker for something, that is sign of bondage. If we don't have any desire at all, total desirelessness, already 100% fulfilled, nothing can make me, addition of nothing can make me happier, that is freedom, liberation. That is the difference between an ordinary person and a Brahmagyani. Brahmagyani does not hanker for something, doesn't want to get rid of anything. There's nothing that's bothering him, nothing that makes him happier. 100% happy as it is. Ordinary person wants something, does not want something. Kasapi drishtishu saktaha. We are interested in something that I don't have. Kasapi drishtishu asaktaha. I don't want this bothering me, I have to get rid of this one. That is bondage. So ordinary people depend upon external things. This we know from the Bhagavad Gita. A person looks for happiness, ordinary person, not a Brahmagyani, looks for happiness in outside objects. Objects such as money, relationship with another person, loving relationship, children, grandchildren, position, power, fame, etc. They look for, they want this one, hoping they will bring happiness. What is happiness for an ordinary person? Contact between sense organ and sense object is happiness. What is pain? Same thing, contact between sense organ and sense object is unhappiness. Sense object is same, my hands are there, my mind, sense object, sense organ, everything is there. If I get something that makes me happy, if I get rid of something that makes me unhappy. That's the condition of a ajnani, bound person. That's not the case with Brahmagyani. Nothing makes me happier or unhappy. So this explained in the Gita, 2nd chapter, sloka number 14. There Bhagavan Krishna explains what an ordinary person thinks of as a happiness. Matra sparshasta kaunteya shita ushna sukhudakhada agama apayinaha anityaha tam stitikshasya bharata 2:14. There it says, an ordinary person contacts sense object. Matra means the measuring instrument. 5 sense organs of perception, jnanendriyas matra. Sparsha means contact. An object is there. If I contact this object, oh, very happy, very nice, I want to have it always, closer to me. Some sense object, if I touch it, too painful, don't get away from my life, I don't want you. There is nothing in the sense object, it's all a reaction of the play of the mind. Same sense object, you can clearly see the undependable nature of sense objects to give us happiness or unhappiness in relationships. In food also, when you are young and strong, healthy, you can any amount of eat sugar, chocolate, cheesecake, pizza, everything, no problem, you can digest. But the same food creates problem, pain, it becomes like poison when a little bit later in life. Relationships thing. Two people meet each other, oh, I love you, I want to always be with you. We have a future together. Like this, they are happy. I want to have that. Even when the person is at work, he's texting. Two people are at work, different offices. They don't want to lose contact. That is happiness. Want. Because company, that addition makes me happy. That person makes me happy. Okay? They go to court, get united, married, fine, happy marriage. Give some time, 5-10 years later, they go to same court to get separated. What happened? Same person. I love you becomes I hate you, I don't want you in my life, get out of my life. What happened? Same person here, same person there. That is sign of ignorance. Depending upon that other person for my happiness, he or she makes me happy today, he or she makes me unhappy tomorrow. That is sign of ignorance. We don't know we are already 100% happy within our own self, Atman. We are looking for happiness outside objects, another person, money, car, fame, position, president, I want to be president, this like that. That is what the mind thinks. Matras prashasta kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhada. Contact with sense objects, the mind thinks is happiness. Heat and cold, Sukha Dukkha, happiness and happiness. Not for a Brahmagyani. And then people reach out for sense objects, for happiness. They bring happiness for some time, then they bring same thing makes me unhappy. Body makes me happy when I am young and youthful, enjoy. Body gives me a lot of pain when I am old and sick. Same thing, same body. What changed? That is not true happiness at all, depending upon outside things. Regardless of the body, mind, what other people think, what I have or don't have, if I am independently, completely, 100% unconditionally happy, then I am a Brahmagyani. Brahmagyanis don't worry about their body or what other people think about that. In chapter 15, chapter 12, sloka 15, Sri Krishna describes a devotee. Devotees have same qualities as Brahmagyani. Yasma no dvijate loko, loka no dvijate chayaha. A person who does not bother anybody, other people with his or her behavior. A person who is not bothered by what other people do or say or think, by other people's behavior, such a person is independently happy. The devotee is a Brahmagyani. The moment I make my happiness a function dependent upon other things, other people, other having something, not having something, then I am miserable. That is bondage. So then he continues. One more shloka. Yada naham tada moksho, yada aham bandhanam tada, matveti helaya kinchit, ma grihana vimuncha ma. He says, instruction he gives. Yada na aham, tada moksha. Aham means the body mind. As long as I think I am the body and the mind, then there is no liberation, because full of suffering. Body comes and goes, in between it changes, it very happy sometime, becomes strong, and when middle age comes, and then deterioration comes, apakshaya, 6 changes we have seen before. It goes away also. So a person who has the aham, means I am the body mind, that is the greatest ignorance that one can suffer from. Not knowing my divine nature. I am Brahmasmi is true now, always been true, never been false. Something that is true must be always true in the past, in the present, in the future, regardless of my awareness of it. Whether I am aware of it or not, whether I am experiencing my divine nature or not, the I am divine is true, unalterable truth. My lack of awareness is the problem. So when I think I am the body, mind, not knowing that I am the Atman, that is bandha, that is suffering, limitation. Yada naham tada moksha. When there is no aham, then liberation. Aham means body, mind is not there. I am the Atman, I am Brahmasmi. That is liberation. So we have to strive for that one. Giving up attachment to body and the mind, possessions, other things. We need all of these things, can keep. We don't have to shun any of these things, but we don't become attached to them. How to remain free from attachment will be next chapter. How to practice detachment in next chapter, Astavakra says. The moment I become dependent on something or somebody for happiness, not intrinsically happiness within myself, then I am bound. That is bondage. That is ignorance. That is dukkha. That is suffering. So knowing the self, Atma-jnana, is the most important. If I know myself, who am I? I am the Atman, not the body, mind. That is liberation. Brahma-jnana is the liberation. That is the jnani's position. For bhakta, it is pure devotion is liberation, more than liberation. That's a different path. Astavakra is talking about, is a jnani, Brahma-jnani. He talks about Brahma, knowledge of the self. So this way he continues. In the Viveka Chudamani, the Shankara comes up with this very nice verse. There he says, there are 3 categories of people. If you take the whole population, human beings, 8 million, 8 billion now, There are three major categories. So, some people, majority people think that I am the body, I am the mind. They are the majority of people. They are always subject to suffering. The two other categories of people are there. The last one is Brahmagyani. The verse is like this in the Vivek Chodamni. He says, Deho hamityeva jadasya buddhihi. Jada means an inert person. Inert person means not able to think deeply. Such a person. Deha ahamiti jadasya buddhi. He says, I am the body. Person who cannot think deeply, oh, I am the body. What else is there? Huh? I am young, I am youthful, I am happy, I have money, I have family, I have a job, I am happy, I am the body. Nothing beyond that one. Deha ahamiti jadasya buddhihi. That is total ignorance, jada. Give some time, that person realizes all the problem. Then question will begin. Who am I then? Until then, happy. Dehe cha jive vidushastakam dihi. Second category of people. The majority of people belong, second category. Dehe cha jive aham di. Jiva, I am a body, I have a body, I also have a jiva, I have a soul. Something divine is there within me. I don't know clearly what it is, but the body does not exhaust my personality. They are saying more than the body. Body includes the mind. There is something in me. We have such feeling. We are not clear about what that other thing is. Something divine. We have heard in the scriptures, other people say. I am just not the body and the mind, I am something more than that. Second category of people. Then the third category of people, Viveka Vijnanavato Mahatmano Brahmaha Mityeva Mati Sada Matihi. A person who has Viveka Vijnana. Viveka means discrimination between real and unreal. What is real? Only God, Atman is real. What is unreal? World and everything, body, everything is unreal. It comes and goes. A person who has this knowledge, Viveka Vijnana, experiences divine nature, for such a person, Brahmahamiti sada matihi. Always that person unwaveringly is aware that he is Brahman. Not coming and going. Not sporadic, not. Unwaveringly that person is established in Brahman consciousness. Such a person, Brahmagyani, such a person are only happy people. All others are trying for that one, devotion of Brahmagyana. Struggling stage, we are sadhakas. Someday, by the grace of God, that knowledge will come, that devotion will come, and we pray for that one. So, let me say the concluding prayer. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. There will be going to be concluding song. Prakyat will sing. Next Sunday, Swami Bhaswatanji will speak on preparing the ground. 11 o'clock next Sunday, preparing the ground. Swamiji will speak.
This is a song by Kabir. Give a little bit of translation. Pile amiras dhara gagan mein jhadi chali. Drink the nectar, my friend. Today the sky is showering in bliss. A drop is all that I need, yet it cannot be tasted in this dreamlike world. Tell me how and to whom I explain this to. This water is only for the one who is thirsty. Without being worthy, you can never gain it. Guru's utterances are drops of this nectar. This nectar is the way to eternal life.
धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी, झड़ी लगी हाँ झड़ी लगी, झड़ी लगी हाँ झड़ी लगी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी, हो पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। बूंद का प्यासा घड़ा भर पाया, सपने में वो स्वाद न आया, बूंद का प्यासा घड़ा भर पाया, सपने में वो स्वाद न आया, कहो किसे कैसे समझाऊं, कहो किसे कैसे समझाऊं, एक बूंद की तरण लगी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी, हो पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। प्यास बिना क्या पीवे रे पानी, प्यासे के लिए है ये पानी, प्यास बिना क्या पीवे रे पानी, प्यासे के लिए है ये पानी, बिना अधिकार कोई नहीं जानी, बिना अधिकार कोई नहीं जानी, अमृत रस की झड़ी लगी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी, हो पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी, झड़ी लगी हाँ झड़ी लगी, झड़ी लगी हाँ झड़ी लगी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। अमीरस पीवे अमर पद पावे, भाव योनि में कबहू न आवे, अमीरस पीवे अमर पद पावे, भाव योनि में अबहू न आवे, जरा मरण का वो दुख न सावे, जरा मरण का वो दुख न सावे। घटकी घगरिया भरण लगी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। हो पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। बूंद अमीरस गुरु की वाणी, जीवन रास्ता है ये हवाणी। बूंद अमीरस गुरु की वाणी, जीवन रास्ता है ये हवाणी। कबीर संगत में हो हमारी, कबीर संगत में हो हमारी। डाली प्रेम की हरी भरी, पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। हो पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। झड़ी लगी हाँ झड़ी लगी, झड़ी लगी हाँ झड़ी लगी। पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी। हाँ पीले अमीरस धारा गगन में झड़ी लगी।